The writers already revealed Agnes' true role in the future of Gilead, and almost nobody noticed because the finale hides the twist inside silence instead of dialogue. At first, episode 10 looks like it belongs to Daisy. She exposes the truth surrounding Dr. Grove. Becca kills him in one of the most shocking moments of the entire season. Aunt Lydia begins emotionally collapsing under the weight of everything she helped create. The commanders panic. Gilead starts cracking publicly for the first time all season. But wait, I never noticed this before. Every major moment in the finale keeps cutting back to Agnes watching, not reacting, watching. And that changes the meaning of the entire ending. Because the real twist of the Testament's finale is not that Agnes finally learns the truth about Gilead. It is that Agnes finally learns how power works inside it. The episode opens with absolute emotional chaos after Becca murders Dr. Grove. The atmosphere immediately feels different from every other episode this season. The colors look colder. The rooms feel emptier. Even the way characters speak sounds quieter, almost terrified. Gilead suddenly stops feeling powerful and starts feeling unstable. That visual shift matters because episode 10 is secretly about illusion collapsing. Earlier in the season, Agnes still believed Gilead was cruel but organized. She believed obedience could protect people if they followed the rules carefully enough.
They tried to kill us. The eyes will always find them. You don't have to worry, okay?
The finale destroys that belief completely. Becca obeyed. Agnes obeyed. The girls at school obeyed, and none of it protected them anyway. That realization becomes the beginning of Agnes. Transformation. A better way of explaining the finale is this. Agnes stops viewing Gilead emotionally and starts viewing it structurally. She finally understands that the system itself is broken, not just the men abusing it. That is why her behavior changes so dramatically during the second half of the episode. Earlier episodes framed Agnes as quiet and passive, but the finale suddenly shows her calculating every conversation carefully. She no longer speaks emotionally when confronting authority figures. She studies them first, and the terrifying part is that she learns incredibly fast. The clearest example happens during her scenes with Commander Weston. Most viewers focused on Agnes losing her engagement after revealing the truth about Dr. Grove, but the hidden clue is Weston's reaction before leaving her. He looks unsettled, not angry, afraid. Because for the first time, he realizes Agnes is no longer behaving like someone Gilead can fully control. She manipulates the conversation perfectly. She exposes Dr. Grove only when it becomes strategically useful, and she forces the commanders into political panic using their own system against them. That moment quietly reveals Agnes' greatest strength. She understands how Gilead thinks, and that makes her infinitely more dangerous than someone rebelling emotionally from the outside. This is why the mirror scene in the finale is secretly one of the most important moments in the entire episode. Agnes staring silently at herself after the chaos looks simple on the surface, but mirrors inside the Handmaid's Tale universe usually appear before major identity transformations. June had them before becoming rebellious. Serena had them before turning against the commanders. Aunt Lydia had them before emotionally breaking. Now Agnes receives the same visual language, but the lighting during her reflection is different. Half her face remains hidden in shadow, while the other side is fully visible. The obedient daughter Gilead created, and the person she is secretly becoming, exist side by side inside that shot. The finale is visually showing Agnes splitting away from the identity forced onto her since childhood. And once that psychological separation begins, there is no going back. The most chilling part of episode 10 is how calm Agnes becomes while everyone else falls apart emotionally. Daisy becomes openly rebellious. Becca becomes traumatized after killing Dr. Grove. Aunt Lydia begins unraveling internally. The commanders start betraying each other publicly, but Agnes becomes quieter. That silence matters, because powerful characters in this universe usually stop reacting emotionally right before they become dangerous. June reached that stage before building Mayday connections. Serena reached it before manipulating Fred politically. Lydia reached it before secretly resisting the commanders internally. Now Agnes reaches that exact same threshold. This explains why Aunt Lydia's scenes with Agnes suddenly feel so personal during the finale. Lydia no longer speaks to her like a child needing guidance. She speaks to her almost like someone preparing her for survival. There is fear underneath Lydia's voice because she recognizes something horrifying. Agnes understands now, not just the abuse, not just the cruelty, the structure itself. And Lydia knows once someone truly understands how Gilead functions internally, innocence becomes impossible forever. But the finale secretly reveals something even darker. Agnes is not becoming another June. She is becoming something Gilead has never faced before. Someone raised entirely inside the system who no longer believes in it. That difference changes everything. June fought Gilead as an outsider forced into oppression. Agnes understands Gilead from birth. She understands the rituals naturally. The language naturally. The manipulation is natural. She knows how commanders hide fear behind authority. She knows how girls are psychologically conditioned to compete against each other. She knows how shame controls behavior inside schools and marriages. And by the end of the finale, she begins learning how to use those systems against themselves. That is the true twist of episode 10. The finale is not showing Agnes becoming rebellious. It is showing Agnes becoming strategic. This also explains one of the strangest details repeated throughout the episode. The constant focus on younger girls watching everything happen silently in the background. The camera keeps lingering on their faces during whispers about Becca, Dr. Grove, and the collapsing engagement with Weston. At first, those moments feel like atmosphere. They are not. The episode is quietly revealing Gilead's biggest weakness. The next generation has stopped believing. That is why Daisy's final decision to stay inside Gilead instead of escaping changes the meaning of the entire season. Most viewers expected Daisy to reunite with June permanently. Instead, she talks about building something from inside the regime itself. She specifically focuses on girls, young women, future wives, and Agnes immediately understands what she means. Because Agnes realizes the future war against Gilead will not begin with soldiers. It will begin inside classrooms, inside marriages, inside the minds of girls raised to obey. The final scenes become terrifying once viewed through that perspective. Agnes walking beside Daisy and Shunammite no longer feels like friendship. It feels like the beginning of organization. The framing almost resembles the formation of a hidden alliance growing quietly underneath Gilead's surface. Not open rebellion, infiltration. And Agnes may become the center of it. The finale secretly sets up Season 2 as a psychological war instead of a physical one. The commanders will likely respond to Dr. Grove's death and Daisy's rebellion with harsher punishments, tighter control, forced marriages, and deeper surveillance across Gilead. But episode 10 already exposed the flaw in that strategy. Fear only works when people still believe the system is untouchable. Now the girls inside Gilead know the people controlling them are weak, corrupt, and terrified underneath their authority. And Agnes may become the most dangerous person among all of them because she understands both sides now. The obedient daughter Gilead created, and the truth hidden underneath it. The final shot proves this perfectly. Agnes does not cry after learning the truth about June. She does not look relieved. She does not even look shocked. She looks focused, almost analytical, like she is mentally rebuilding her understanding of the world in real time. And that expression quietly reveals the terrifying future of Season 2. Because the real twist of the Testaments finale is not that Agnes escaped Gilead emotionally. It is that she finally learned how to survive inside it without believing in it. And once someone inside Gilead stops believing while still understanding how the system works, the collapse has already begun.